Ekbar biday dema ghurey ashi. Hashi hashi porbo phansi. dekhe Bharotbashi. These are a few lines from a song composed by poet Pitambar Das to honor Khudiram Bose's martyrdom. Roughly translated, it means, "My mother, bid me farewell for now. I will be back soon. Smiling, I will wear the news. Let all of India be a witness to it."
If we cast a glance at the date, it was the morning of August 11, 1908, when a boy, his face glowing and a Bhagavad Gita in his hands, was walking up to the gallows. As the executioner was about to pull the lever, that boy let out a full-throated cry, "Vande Mataram." The prison walls reverberated with this slogan. The voice that the British tried so hard to suppress was now about to carry the mantra of the independence movement to every nook and corner of India. Who was this revolutionary Khudiram Bose? How did he challenge the British rule that forced them to hand out the death penalty to him at a tender age of just 18? Let's explore. In February 1906, a large number of people had gathered to witness a grand fair that was being held in Midnapur, in Bengal. When the fair was in full swing, a boy of 16 appeared in the middle of the crowd with a bundle of handbills. He was distributing them to the people. The handbills bore the title Shonar Bangla, meaning our beloved Bengal. It also carried the slogan Vande Mataram. This boy was none other than Khudiram Bose. The police arrested him and filed a case, but due to his young age, the court released him. Khudiram Bose was born on December 3rd, 1889, in a small village called Habibpur. This was the period called the Agni Yuga, or the Age of Fire, in the saga of India's freedom struggle. The social and economic exploitation by the British, the brutality of their police, and the harsh actions against freedom fighters ignited the flames of anger that soon gave birth to the revolutionary movement. It was during this time that Khudiram Bose joined the freedom struggle. During this time, Douglas H. Kingsford served as the Chief Presidency Magistrate in Calcutta. He was known to impose severe punishments on those who opposed the government, no matter how small the matter. During this period, an incident occurred that made Kingsford a target of the revolutionaries. A group of Swadeshi activists gathered in front of a court and started holding a meeting. On the orders of the government, the police ruthlessly beat up the demonstrators. When a 15-year-old boy named Sushil Sen protested against the police action, Kingsford ordered the police to administer 15 lashes as punishment. But Sushil continued to chant, Vande Mataram with every lash as they gashed his bare skin. The news of this incident received wide coverage in the press, leading to popular outrage against Kingsford. British officials realized the extent of public anger and transferred Kingsford to Muzaffarpur. They believed that the matter would cool down in a few days. But the anger brewing among the revolutionaries for Kingsford had now transformed into a strong resolve for revenge. After careful deliberation, the revolutionaries devised a plan to assassinate Kingsford, and Khudiram Bose and Prafulla Chaki took responsibility for executing the mission. Initially, the plan was to throw a bomb at Kingsford in his court, but they feared that innocent people might also get injured. Therefore, they chose an alternate method. Both changed their names and arrived in Muzaffarpur. Khudiram Bose adopted the name Harin Sarkar and Prafulla Chaki became Dinesh Roy. They had thoroughly prepared and determined the route and timing of Kingsford's movements. They now waited for the right opportunity. And the opportunity presented itself on April 30th, 1908. Around 8:30 p.m., Kingsford's carriage left a club that he used to visit regularly. Khudiram was ready, and without hesitation, he threw a bomb at the carriage with lightning speed. The aim was accurate, but luck was not on their side, because Kingsford was not in the carriage that day. Such a lethal attack on a high-ranking British official was unprecedented. So the entire system went on alert. The police were deployed at all important locations, especially railway stations. The British government announced a reward of 1,000 rupees, which was a significant amount at that time, for anyone who could identify or provide information about the attackers. After the incident, Khudiram walked 25 miles and reached a station called Vaini the next morning. There, he was confronted by two armed constables, who immediately suspected him upon seeing his dusty feet and his exhausted and perspiring appearance. Upon searching 30 rupees in cash, 2 revolvers, 37 cartridges, and a railway map and a page from the railway timetable were found in his possession. Khudiram Bose was handcuffed and taken to the district magistrate, Mr. Woodman. Meanwhile, Prafulla Chaki, Khudiram's associate at the time of bomb throwing, had committed suicide by shooting himself just before he was arrested. Unaware of Prafulla's death, Bose assumed full responsibility for the Muzaffarpur bombing in front of the district magistrate. By then, the intentions of the British were pretty clear. Yet, the farce of a trial began on May 21st. And as expected, on June 13th, Khudiram Bose was sentenced to death. Another brave soul was about to hang for the nation. However, the judge was perplexed because there was no trace of fear on Khudiram's face, even after hearing the verdict. The judge could not believe that an 18-year-old boy could accept death so calmly. The judge asked Khudiram, "Do you know the meaning of the verdict?" And Khudiram Bose smiled and replied, "I know its meaning better than you do." Then the judge asked, "Do you have anything to say?" Without fear, Khudiram Bose looked into the judge's eye and said, "Yes, I need to explain some things about making bombs." Against the verdict, Khudiram's lawyer Kalidas Bose appealed in Calcutta High Court. But during the appeal, Khudiram shocked everyone by saying that if he were released this time, he would not miss killing Kingsford. After hearing this, perhaps even the judge realized that he was not just an 18-year-old boy, but one among a new generation of freedom fighters who were ready to sacrifice everything to achieve India's freedom on their own terms. The judge upheld the death sentence given by the lower court and set the date for the hanging on August 11, 1908. Finally, the day arrived that every patriot like Khudiram eagerly awaited. Khudiram was brought to the gallows at 6 a.m. on August 11th. Even then, the smile on his face had not faded. Serenely, he walked to the post. He had a copy of Bhagavad Gita in his hands. And for the last time, he chanted aloud, Vande Mataram. As the hangman's lever pulled the platform from under his feet. These words by poet Pitambar Das, written for Khudiram Bose, stir up a wave of emotion in all of our hearts. Meaning, when after 10 months and 10 days, my mother, when I will be reborn, if you do not recognize me, notice that there is a mark on the noose of my neck. Farewell, my mother, I will come back to you again.